What's the mood and sentiment right there at the moment, Jonathan?
Afternoon, Tom. Well, I suppose it's fair to describe it as purposeful but peaceful at the moment. We've actually managed to find ourselves in the circle in the middle of these protesters, so we're probably actually just going to start to drift towards the back of the pack, but we'll give you an idea as we go of exactly who is here. There'll be at least 400 or 500 people. We're just going to step back through this group. You get a sense of just who's here. You've got university students, of course, you've got school students who've joined them also, members of the Indigenous community, plenty of placards and banners. The chant which is going up at the moment is always will be Aboriginal land. We might even turn around a little bit further, give you a sense of some of the migrant communities who are here also supporting this. They've walked probably 2 or 3 kilometres from Civic. From those who aren't in Canberra or haven't been to Canberra, that's the main central business district. They walked up nearly to the front of Parliament House where police greeted them. Things became a little more agitated there, but credit to the protesters, they remained peaceful still, and now they've found their way here onto the grass where they're actually going to be addressed. So, of course, this is all to do with the Black Lives Matter. It's to do with the movement which began with the killing of George Floyd in the United States and the 9 or 10 days of anarchy we've subsequently seen. So I suppose it's fair to say they are conflating the issues respectfully of the black deaths in custody. There's been 432 black deaths in custody here since 1991, and the lack of recommendations which have been instilled since the Royal Commission, Tom.
Yeah, interesting to see them right now. Quite a few in masks, but plenty not in masks, and not a lot of physical distancing going on. This feeds into that warning an hour ago from the Prime Minister issuing a plea for protesters not to attend rallies just like this for health reasons.
Yeah, you're 100% right there, Tom. We're going to continue to move just so you can get a better sense of what's happening. There are plenty of people in the group. The social distancing, it's fair to say, isn't being adhered to at the moment. Plenty of people standing with their friends and their colleagues. No, the Prime Minister made that call today, and we're actually speaking very loudly, so we'll continue to step back and pay the respects to the movement that it's currently seeking. He asked protesters not to draw an equivalence with what's been happening in the United States. The authorities here didn't want to see these take place. Let's have a listen to what the Prime Minister said a little bit earlier.
Our message is very clear, that the health risks of gathering in such large numbers and the risks of people coming into close proximity are real, and Australians have worked incredibly hard in recent months and have undergone great sacrifices to protect the health of the most vulnerable, and that has included our Indigenous communities.
Now, Tom, at best estimates, I'd say at least 300 or 400 people here currently. This protest has gone ahead before really the leaders, our elected officials, have come out and told people not to gather for this protest. Now there's obviously a very clear message for these protests not to go ahead. We're expecting a similar call later this afternoon from New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian before it also echoes across the nation, Tom.